GoHillsTV is powered by JBS, and join now. Excited to have these young ladies join us. Bri Cassidy is with Opendorse, and of course our athletic director, Kelsey Weeks. And we're going to kind of give people a little bit of an overview of what this is and why this is good for Indian Hills. So, Bri, I'll start with you with Opendorse. And what do people need to know about what this is for the student athletes of Indian Hills?
Yeah, so Opendorse is the NIL provider for Indian Hills Athletics, and we're also a partner of the NJCAA. So what that means is we give student athletes the opportunity to monetize off of their name, image, and likeness, whether they want to do a video shout out for somebody's birthday, they want to do appearance in the local community, they want to start their own podcast, they want to get paid as a part of a social media campaign tied to a business. We essentially give them that platform to do it and help them do it the right way from start to finish, from the contracting to getting paid properly to managing their taxes because they are making income. That is our role in their lives, and to educate them on how to do all of it the right way. So in our partnership with Indian Hills, we get to have access and be a good partner in that way and help prepare athletes for that moment and ultimately help them capitalize off of their own publicity rights.
So if I'm looking at this in the simplest terms, you are putting either fans or businesses with the you are the connecting device. So if I said, boy, I really like this particular player in Indian Hills, my child really looks up to them, a volleyball player, a wrestler, a basketball player, wouldn't it be cool if they stopped by their birthday party or something, or we're going to be hanging out? I wonder if they would sign an autograph form, or for all the kids at the birthday party, they could find them there and figure out if that's a feasible thing, if that athlete's going to charge for that, or I suppose they could just do it. But then that's a place to find them. And also then on a bigger scale for a business that's like, well, we should do an ad with these people in it, with these athletes in it. You're basically the hub for putting those together.
Exactly. So someone could go in, find their favorite athlete and say, hey, I'd love for you to come to my kid's birthday party, maybe sign some autographs. You offer them whatever dollar amount, then the athlete can choose whether or not they want to do that. They can accept or decline or potentially negotiate depending on who they're engaging with. And then we would help handle that process from start to finish, making it easy for the fan or the business, but also making it easy on the athlete and being that essentially that middleman or that connector to your point and helping them get it done.
All right, Kelsey, somebody might say, this is at the junior college level, and so address that. I mean, the direct answer is, yeah, it is. So why is this important to Indian Hills, and why did you choose Opendorse?
Chose Opendorse. We're in the education business, first and foremost, period. This is education. That's what this is all about. It's our job to educate student athletes on the field, in the classroom, and in life. And this is life now for them. And this is a way that we can further do that, show them a way to financially monetize their name, but also to recruit and retain them while they're here, right? Our whole goal as an athletic department at a 2-year institution is to recruit student athletes in, to make them better, and then to graduate them and to move them on to a 4-year, whether that's Division 1, 2, 3, or NAIA. And this is now what recruiting looks like on the way out. Why can't it look like that on the way in? So that's the whole point, is how can we continue to be creative and to be unique and to help our local businesses out and our student athletes at the same time. So it's just a way to continue to elevate and get better.
And does it have to be money? Like, I'll give you $200 to do this or $50 to do this, or could I, say I own a furniture store and you know what, you need a chair and I'd like to have you do some ads for me, I'll give you this reclining chair or a gift certificate, or what's the spectrum of this?
Yeah, anything that someone can pay for is the easiest way to think of it, can be provided as compensation. So whether that's cash, everyone loves cash, of course, but you can give an athlete a mattress. You can give them a gift card to a restaurant or a grocery store. You can provide them a free service like cryotherapy or a yoga class. If someone can pay for it, it can be provided as a form of compensation to the athlete. So you don't necessarily have to have cash on hand, which provides significant values to business. They have the in-kind, the product that they can provide in exchange because the athletes, they're receiving the value of that product ultimately at the end of the day. So anything is fair game.
And this is something that before the law changes, you really technically couldn't do, right? Like, I technically couldn't have just handed a kid a $50 gift card to somewhere and really been legal. Am I thinking correctly?
Correct. I remember being a student athlete and our coaches would have to fill out a form and a waiver when there was a donor that wanted to have our team over for a meal, and it had to get approved, and you could only have so many of those in a year. Like, that sounds crazy now to think about. But now a donor or a fan or a business could absolutely buy an athlete a meal or hand them that $50 gift card.
All right, so address the big picture a little bit, real quick. Are things being done to try to maybe organize this or rein some of it in? What we see on the ceiling side of things, is this thing just going to? Are we going to see $400 million a year athletes like, or $40 million a year athletes like we're seeing at the professional level, or are there plans in place that are going to somewhat keep this in check?
Yeah, there are certainly a lot of measures already in place. The NJCAA, as an association, has done an incredible job up to this point of putting in rules and policy in place. So NJCAA schools have a very clear structure on how they do things. At the NCAA level, what you see in the news and in the media, there was a House settlement that passed earlier this year that has put a cap on how schools can be involved. So thinking about the donor side, there's a limit on how much schools can pay athletes, and that has dialed things back. There's structure, there's real contracts, there's real licensing deals that necessarily wasn't in place before. So that's made a huge difference just in the first 2-3 months of this academic calendar year that I think will help level the playing field quite a bit, number one. But two, now the focus is back on what some people call real NIL, athletes doing deals with businesses and engaging with fans, because that's unlimited. A student athlete can do as many of those deals as they want because that's their own individual use, and the school really has anything to do with that.
All right, and for the Indian Hills fans, businesses, Opendorse, as far as money that you would take from the kids, if I hire somebody to do something, how much of that money actually is going to go to them?
Yeah, if Indian Hills fan or local business or community member wanted to do a deal with a student athlete, whatever you offer them, that's what they're going to get. We don't take any money from the athletes. So if you want to pay a student athlete $25, $50, $100, whatever that amount is, that's the amount that they will receive.
Okay, outstanding. Well, thank you so much for joining us, Bri and Kelsey, and Opendorse, Opendorse. So it's like indoors, right? Instead of not doors. So I get everybody pointed in the right direction is where they can look into this and see if this is something that benefits them and learn more about it. So thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely. Yeah, check out the Indian Hills Marketplace on Opendorse. It's a place exclusively for Indian Hills student athletes, so you'll be able to see them, filter by sport, learn more about them. It's pretty fun. Yeah,
if nothing else, you learn more about. It's a fun way to learn about the athletes, and if you're so inclined and want to provide an opportunity for them, that's great. But it also just connects you with the athletes a little bit. So
Absolutely.
outstanding. Thank you very much.
Thank you.